The race to fill the seat of retiring Democratic Senator Gary Peters of Michigan will be among the most closely watched elections of the 2026 midterms. Our next guest is rumored to be planning a possible run for that seat and has a strong message for the current leadership of her party in Washington. Joining us now, Democratic Majority Whip of Michigan State Senate, Mallory McMorrow. She's the author of the new book entitled Hate Won't Win. Find your power and leave this place better than you found it. And what a great time for that message. You have a lot of advice in this book on how to make sure hate doesn't win. Tell us about it.
That's right. You know, I had an event in my district just this last week, and 350 people came out. The first question I asked was, how many people are overwhelmed right now? Every single hand went up. And that's the strategy from this administration, is a fire hose of bad news so people feel worn out and exhausted and don't do anything. So this book is everything I've learned in my own run for office. I Googled how to run for office in the wake of the 2016 election, and I started there. So it's how to find your motivation, how to advocate with elected officials and which elected officials, so that people can take a step and realize how to actually do it.
Yeah. So let's be specific, Senator, about what kind of hate we're talking about here. When you say hate won't win, are we talking about this sort of Trump era, or is it bigger than that, or what's the message?
So what we've seen in the Trump era is constantly looking for a scapegoat. And that has changed throughout the Trump administration. But it's always the message that you're not doing as well as you wanted, and it's somebody else's fault. I am a millennial. I am part of really the first generation that writ large is going to do worse than our parents. So people who don't believe that the status quo works for them are really susceptible to this message that if I can't afford to buy a house, if I can't afford to start a family, if I don't have the career that I want, and I'm doing everything right, what's wrong? So this is about taking our own power back to recognize we have to reform the systems, we have to make things work, but it's not about demonizing and targeting other people. That's not going to help anybody.
So as you decide whether or not to run, you were talking about the overwhelmed, who you met the other night at your rally, 350 people. Do you worry about the Democratic Party in terms of finding the overwhelmed people? They're easy to find. If you go stand outside a supermarket or a Social Security office,
that's right,
or a VA facility.
That's right. You don't have to go far. People are overwhelmed everywhere. But what we have to do, and this is where I've been critical of my own party, is not just treat people like a number, not just another voter, not just another donor. Treat them like part of the team. We have people coming out to our events and saying, not just what are you doing, but what can I do? Who can I call? Who can I share my story with? And we've seen this be successful. The Trump administration quickly rescinded the first funding freeze order on Head Start because people showed up, they saw the doors were locked, and they raised their voices and said this is not acceptable. So we've got a lot of power, but we have to show people how to use it.
On that very idea, obviously President Trump won Michigan this time around. What is your sense as to why that happened, but also those voters you're speaking to now who maybe voted for Joe Biden in 2020 but shifted back to Trump in 2024? Do you have a sense that they're happy with how things are going?
No, people are across the board.
Objection. Leading question, sticking from the letter, from the record. I'm sorry, go ahead.
No worries. People are livid. Nobody voted for
Are they happy?
Elon. Yeah, everybody's happy. It's going great. Nobody voted for Elon Musk to be as powerful as he is in this government. We had 3 out of about 100 people at one of my town halls recently, federal workers who had all been let go, that said, this is not what I voted for. This is devastating my family. We had a woman who said she makes a majority of her household income. Now her kids have no health insurance. But it's the question of, what do Democrats actually stand for? And what are they going to do for me? It's not enough just to be anti-Trump. It's not enough to point out the issues. We have to lay out a vision for the new American dream, where you can afford to buy a house, you can afford to start a family, and you have time to get a cabin up north in a place like Michigan and spend some time on the lake with your family. Laying out a clear vision so people know what you're for, not just what you're against, is what we need.
Talk about the strains that people are already feeling, whether it's Social Security recipients, whether it's veterans recipients. I mean, I fear that those are 2 groups of people that are going to be on the front lines of these indiscriminate cuts.
So we got a call from a woman in my district just when telehealth appointments were canceled for Medicare. She doesn't have transportation. She lives alone. This has been a lifeline for her to be able to regularly see her provider. And she's scared. You know, when it comes to Social Security, if there's even a disruption in one payment, we can see people die. This is people's sole source of income, and people are really, really scared, and they're worried about what comes next, on top of the fact that we're about to see $2 billion cut from our education fund if the DOE goes away. It really leaves people in a place where they are fearful to show up and fearful to use their voices and fearful about what comes next.
So will you run for Gary Peters' Senate seat?
I will have some news on that very soon. I mean, it's a big decision. The most important thing for me is that we hold on to this seat for Democrats. I'm incredibly worried about a Republican Party right now that won't even do their job. I can't wrap my head around spending the amount of time and energy that it takes to run for office. You get into the U.S. Senate or the Congress, and you don't even do your job, and you hand everything over to Donald Trump. That's unacceptable.
All right, the new book, Hate Won't Win, Find Your Power and Leave This Place Better Than You Found It. It's on sale now. Democratic Majority Whip of the Michigan State Senate, Mallory McMorrow. It's great to see you again.
You too. Thank you
for coming on the show.
Have you here?